So again, let's have a quick look at the types of things that people are looking at, the types of things that you can do within ThingWorks. So let me just bring up my manufacturer's dashboard here. So again, we're going to look at tractors. Okay, previously we're looking at tractors more from a product perspective. Now we're looking at this more from a manufacturing perspective. You know, we make tractors, Acme Tractor Corporation, right? So here we are. Here's all of our factory locations globally. So we've got this tree structure, and we've actually got some customers here in ANZ that have rolled out something similar, this sort of tree structure where they can drill down through their locations, into the plants, into the lines, right down to the piece of equipment. Okay, so we might go to our factory in Cincinnati. So as we click through that, we can see overall metrics of that, how that's going. We can see who the plant manager is, and maybe we can drill down into the details for this particular plant. Okay. So here's a high level look at how our plant's behaving, okay? So we can look at our different assembly lines. It will switch to the next one. So we can see how things are progressing over time, what our productivity, our first pass yield, you know, those high level overviews of what people want to understand, you know, what our operations people want to understand, what's our utilization like, what's our efficiency like, okay? Maybe we can drill further down into the line, okay? So again, we can see, okay, this is the assembly line. Let's look at the cab assembly line. Maybe we're looking at here. How many have we produced in this shift? Where we're looking at from our rework stage? Okay, so these are all key metrics to better understand what's happening out there in the factory, right? So this is again the kind of information that you can gather from ThingWorks. We can hook in. So whether it's through our the ThingWorks industrial connectivity to talk to all of those different PLCs, pieces of equipment that are out there, you can pretty much talk to anything. I know Paul did mention things like OPC UA and things like that at the start. Really, it's around that connectivity, being able to connect into those assets that you have in the factory to better understand what they're doing, and then really bring all of that together to get a better visibility of what's happening. Okay, but it's not just, you know, talking to the PLCs or the SCADA systems, you know, the historian databases that you might have there in the factory. It's also talking to those other systems that are in there. You know, we can be looking at things like, okay, what's our bill of materials? Okay, so we might be looking at our work orders. We might be looking at our ERP systems. So we might be having a look at, well, what's our inventory like based on this line of what we need to produce? How are we looking? Is everything good? Are we looking at potentially having to shut down because we're running low on stock of things? You know, we can start to drill in and query all of these other systems. You know, a factory doesn't run in isolation. It's not just a bunch of machines and operators out there doing their thing. There's all of the other systems that feed into that, rely on that for information. Okay. Maybe we've got our MES system. We can hook into that as well to look at our scheduling and what's happening in there. We can look at our orders. You know, depending, we could just look at visibility of those, or if we really wanted to, we could even go and create orders through ThingWorks to feed into those systems as well. And then our maintenance. So this is more of our plant maintenance, what's happening with that, okay? And our quality as well, okay? So again, these metrics and dashboards of what's been going on there. The idea is that ThingWorks as a platform can really connect into all of those areas of the factory to help you better understand what you're doing, what you need to do, and end up with a better result. Okay. All right. So that's a very quick look at the sorts of things that you can do inside there with ThingWorks. All right.